What did the judges decide?
Pre-Trial Chamber I of the International Criminal Court confirmed the charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity brought against Al Hassan ag Abdul Aziz ag Mohamed ag Mahmoud and committed him to trial. The Chamber issued a confidential decision, the redacted version of which will be published later. The judges based their decision on the evidence presented during the hearing held from 8 to 17 July 2019 and concluded that there are substantial grounds to believe that Mr. Al Hassan is responsible for crimes against humanity allegedly committed in Timbuktu, Mali, in the context of a widespread and systematic attack against the civilian population by the armed groups of Ansar ad-Din and Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb against the civilian population of Timbuktu and in its region between the 1st of April 2012 and 28 January 2013, which includes the crimes of torture, rape, sexual slavery, other inhuman acts including inter alia forced marriages, persecution, and also the charges of war crimes allegedly committed in Timbuktu, Mali, in the context of an armed conflict not of an international nature, occurring in the same period between April 2012 and January 2013, and which includes torture, cruel treatment, outrages upon personal dignity, passing of sentences without previous judgment pronounced by a regularly constituted court, affording all judicial guarantees which are generally recognized as indispensable, intentionally directing attacks against buildings dedicated to religion and historic monuments, rape, and sexual slavery.
Who is Mr. Al Hassan?
Mr. Al Hassan, a Malian national from the Tuareg Tamashek Kel Ansar tribe, born on 19 September 1977 in the community of Hangabera, about 10 kilometers north of Gundam in the region of Timbuktu, was allegedly a member of Ansar ad-Din and the de facto chief of the Islamic police. He is also alleged to have been involved in the work of the Islamic court in Timbuktu and to have participated in executing its decisions.
Can this decision be appealed?
The defense and the prosecution are not automatically entitled to appeal this decision, but they can request authorization from the pre-trial chamber to do so.
What are the expected next steps now?
A public redacted version of the confirmation decision will be issued in due course. The ICC presidency will then constitute a trial chamber responsible for conducting the subsequent phase of the proceedings and composed of 3 judges other than those who sat on the pretrial bench. Promptly after it is constituted, the trial chamber will hold status conferences, confer with the parties and participants in order to set the date of the trial and adopt the procedures necessary to facilitate the fair and expeditious conduct of the proceedings. The chamber will then rule on several preliminary issues, including the timing and the manner of disclosure of evidence.
Are victims participating in this case?
Yes, the judges have authorized over 880 victims to participate in the case. They are represented by their legal representatives, Seydou Doumbia, Mayombo Kasongo, and Fidel Nsita Luvenjika.
Where is Mr. Al Hassan currently being detained?
Since his transfer to the court on 31st of March 2018, Mr. Al Hassan has been detained at the ICC detention center in Scheveningen, The Hague, the Netherlands. The detention center meets the highest international human rights standards for the treatment of detainees. Detained persons are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt after a trial.
Who are the judges sitting in this case?
Pre-trial Chamber I is composed of Presiding Judge Peter Kovac, Judge Marc Perrin de Brichambault, and Judge Reine Alpeni Gansu. ICC judges are persons of high moral character, impartiality, and integrity, who possesses the qualifications required in their respective states for appointment to the highest judicial offices. All have extensive experience relevant to the court's judicial activity. They are elected by the Assembly of States Parties on the basis of their established competence in criminal law and procedure and in relevant areas of international law such as international humanitarian law and human rights law.